So today we will look at the problem calculate money in Leetcode bank. So we are given Hershey is a customer who wants to deposit money in a bank for buying a car. Now his plan of investment is that he will start the investment by depositing $1 on Monday, and on each subsequent day he will increase his deposit value by $1. So on each subsequent day, we see that his investment has increased by $1. And also it is given that whenever Monday comes again, his investments restart by increasing $1 from the previous Monday's investment. So here we see it starts 2 from 2 from 3 and from 4 here. Okay, now what we have to do is to sum all these deposit value to get at the final amount at the end of end day. So we can approach this problem by two ways. First is simulating his deposition, and second is by doing maths. Okay, we will see that simulation will give order n solution and math will give order 1 solution. So let's look at first simulation model here. So we will, since we are simulating it, we will track his each day deposit in a bank. So we will take a variable deposit. Also, we need to track at what amount his investment starts in for each week. So we will also store it in a variable where we can store it in start week deposit, and also we need some variable for all the summation part. Now we can take a for loop which will go from I to n, and for each I we will add the deposit value to the sum, and then we will increase deposit for the next day investment. But whenever I is divisible by 7, which means whenever a week is complete, we have to do something. What do we have to do? We have to reset our start week deposit to +1, and also we have to reset our deposit to start week deposit. That's it. After this loop, we will have our sum which we can return. That's for the simulation part. Now second, we will look how math will reduce the time complexity of this problem. By looking at this, we can find one pattern here, that at the end of 1 week, if we sum this investment, we will get 28. Similarly for this, we will get 35, and for here we will get 42. So what pattern do you observe? What's 28, 35 and 42 gives you as a pattern? We can see that there is a gap of 7 here. So what does it form? It forms a arithmetic progression. And for arithmetic progression, we know the formula of calculating the sum of terms in a AP when we know the first and the last term. And for the remaining part, we can calculate it using a for loop for simulation as we did in simulation part. So let's do it. What do we need for the sum part? We need the number of terms. This will be given by k. We need the first term. First term, as we know here, is 28, as we've seen. And the last term will be the last deposit amount at the end of that week, which will be plus k minus 1 into 7. Now simply we can use the formula and get the sum. Now we need to just simulate for the last week. For last week, what will be the start week deposit? That will be k plus 1, and we can then iterate for loop for I equal to 0, I less than n modulus 7, because we need only for the last week, and I plus plus, and then just add it into the sum, the value of start week deposit, and I then simply return sum. This will give you the answer. Now let's quickly look at the code. Looking at the simulation code, let's code it real quick. We need int start week deposit, that will be 1. Int deposit for Monday, it will again be 1, which is just start week deposit, and we will store this uh, sum of deposit in a variable sum. We will iterate from int I equal to 1, I less than equal to n, I plus plus. Now simply put the deposit value in the sum, increase the deposit value after each iteration, and just put a check condition if this value, if we have completed a week, we need to update just two variables, which is start week deposit and restart our deposit variable to start week. Now simply just return the sum. We got all accepted. Now let's quickly look at the another solution, which is the math solution 7, which will give the number of terms, int f, which is the first term, int l, which will give the last term, we will take a variable sum, which for which we will calculate the sum of AP. And now for calculating the remaining number of days, deposit equal to k plus 1. Just look at how this works. We will go to the remaining number of days and just calculate the sum plus is equal to this start deposit plus I. This will finally give the sum which we need to deposit. We got the answer, it got accepted. Thanks for watching.